paid off, as in done, data, goodbye. Ding dong, the is gone. Welcome back to Wine and Chill, your home for all things legal shenanigans and millennial adulting. I'm Stephanie, and since it's the first week of the month, that means today is a student loan update. And today I have super exciting news. Finish pouring this wine out. Oh, is this the end of it? Yep. So for February, I'm counting it for February, even though the payment went through on March 1st. It's actually paid on the 28th. Anyways, we get into that another time because, child, corporate tried me. But I'm gonna wait till all my student loans are paid off and then we're gonna have that talk. So guess what? I have finally paid off Sallie Mae. I won't yell. I mean, maybe. Paid off, as in done, data, goodbye. Ding dong, the bitch is gone. Y'all know. So let me drink to that. Let's drink to that. So y'all know, hate Sallie Mae. It's true. So as usual, we're gonna talk about how much I paid in February. These are always retroactive for the month of February to my student loans. A quick story time as to the root of the reason why I hate Sallie Mae, because of a specific reason. I don't feel about Fedloan as I feel about Sallie Mae. So we're gonna get into that. And then a belabored point, which is I did the interest on how much interest I would accrue daily, and that shit is shocking. So we're gonna do some math. Ugh, my least favorite thing, but something that I think would be super helpful to y'all. Okay, so last month, it's all retroactive for February, I paid a total of $3,438 to my student loans. The usual amount per month is between $5,000 and $6,000. It's still a smidge low because had to right size my whole budget because of January. January, I switched jobs, didn't realize the payroll was a little different, and didn't get a full check the whole of January. But that's fine. This is why having a good emergency fund is there, and actually having some cushion in your budget. So it didn't really affect anything besides the fact that I was super annoyed that I didn't hit like my numbers. So you'll see much larger numbers in the coming months. So yes, so Sallie Mae, all of that went to Sallie Mae, by the way. My $6,000 loan. $6,000 I owed Sallie Mae for my bar study loan with the 10% interest, which before you ask, Stephanie, why didn't you refinance it? You can't refinance bar study loans apparently. I called around, I tried. Yeah, so 10% interest. Y'all wanna know how much I ended up paying Sally's bitch? Sorry, I should bleep that out. That's how I feel about her. After paying her off, I started paying her off this year, but the loan is 5 years old. For a $6,000 loan, I paid in total $9,066.33 trifling cents. You know what that is? 150% of the loan. Interest will literally kill you and literally ruin everything. So she's done. I'm done with her. It was annoying to calculate that because it doesn't tell you like, oh, let me just look at my payments and calculate it, because the websites don't want you to see how much you're paying. But yes, Sally, I'm on to you. I have receipts. And when that class action lawsuits gets filed for predatory lending, honey, my name will be at the top of that list. So let's move on into that. So why do I hate Sallie Mae? And I think this is a great story time for like 2 seconds, and then we'll get into the rest of our usual student loan catch up. Back when I was broke, when I had just graduated law school and didn't have a job, Sallie Mae, as the student loan providers do, called and was like, hey, Stephanie, you need to pay this. And I was like, okay, I spoke to Fedloan. Do you have forbearance? Like, I don't have a job. Yeah, I'm applying for jobs. To which Sallie Mae, AKA the person that worked at Sallie Mae, wanted to act like, you know how McDonald's workers act when they don't want to give you the extra sauce? Well, you need to pay it. 25-year-old me was a little bit confused. I was like, girl, I don't have the money. I'll pay you when I get the money, right? Isn't this how this is going to work? They proceeded to call me every day, multiple times a day. To one point, I got super frustrated. So whenever they called, I answered the phone. I was like, hello. I was like, you need to stop calling me. I don't have the money. When I have the money, I will pay you. Well, ma'am, we need a date. And I was like, well, I can't give you an arbitrary date. Like, I just graduated yesterday. It was like a couple months later. I don't have a job. When I get a job, I will pay you. I will let you know. Like, if I wish I could give you a time frame. I don't have one. So then the person like got ornery with me and then basically tried to threaten me, to which I, completely obstinate to be honest on my end, was like, you know what? I'm just gonna block the number. Do you know what this person said to me? They said, you could block the number if you want, sweetie. We'll call you from a different one. And they did. I blocked like 5 different numbers from Sallie Mae. So yes, I used to ignore her. I used to not pay her. My aunt and I were having a conversation about this the other day. She's like, I've been watching your videos. I'm super proud of you. You're paying your student loans. She's like, I remember when I called you once and you were telling me you're avoiding them. And I was like, child, I've come a long way. I used to like duck and dodge them. I was like, I'm not paying this back. I don't care. This is predatory. I'm not doing it. Don't be like that. Don't wait. It took me 4 years to like get it together and be like, okay, I just have to accept the reality of life that I need to pay this off. Just accept the reality of life before you graduate, please. It's unfair. Yes, these interest rates are predatory. Yes, I'm in full agreement, but no one is going to save you. Anyways, so that's why I specifically hate Sallie Mae. Fedloan, which is, I had 23 student loans. The US is so weird. They just break them down. The majority of them there were 6 from college. 6 from law school and the rest were from college. And then 1 bar study loan. I don't know why they broke it down like that. Fedloan is my student loan service provider for the rest. They were always super pleasant. Like, okay, we'll put you on forbearance. Like, okay, how much are you making? We can put you on income based. Sallie Mae, like those customer service reps, like ruthless. They are ruthless over there. Like, Jesus, like empathy is nowhere to be had. Nowhere to be had. So that's why I hate Sallie Mae. And it's also predatory. So anyways, but she's done and whew, I feel like a weight is lifted. Like, I don't know, it feels crazy. But with that being said, what do I have left? So let's go back. And something I realized when I realized I actually paid Sallie Mae $3,000 more than I borrowed from her. I have paid a lot more money than I've been calculating. Hurts my spirit. So what do I have left? I have left here on the right $142,353.51 left. Yes, as you're thinking like, damn girl, the number is still very high. However, the starting point was, as you can see, $304,000. So altogether last year, and we'll count half the month of February because I started on February 14th on Valentine's Day of 2020. I paid off towards the principal, keyword principal, $61,646.49. I was like, wow, that's great. Until the math wasn't mathing and I was like, I'm pretty sure more money came out of my paycheck than that. And by pretty sure, I'm sure because as you guys know, I've automated the payments, 65%. Now I've changed it to 70 because I got a little more money coming in. 65% of my paycheck up until January was going towards my student loans. And then I realized, you know what's happening? When I'm paying everything off, I'm counting off like, okay, for example, student loan 21, this is $23,000, when in actuality, I'm paying $25,000, $26,000, $27,000 because of the interest. These student loan providers, they don't calculate the interest paid off when you pay off everything. You literally have to go into your account and manually add every single payment. So I think in total, I've actually paid around 70 grand. Which is wild. So at the end, when I'm done with all these student loans, I'm gonna do all of the math. It probably is gonna come out to $315 or $320 that I paid, which is wild. Which brings me to my next happy point and then a sad point. Happy point. So now we're going on to student loan 20. I decided to draw the chart this time. It's not as nice as the elephant chart my boyfriend drew me last time, but it is there. So student loan 20, I'll be paying that off. It is $25,389.95 with interest. So we're currently at 0% interest. Everything I have left, I only have 5 loans left only, are my law school loans, my big 6. One of them I paid off already last year. So we have 5 left. They are interest free currently. So that's great. I'm gonna try run through them as fast as possible until September 30th because the interest is killing people. Speaking of interest, have you ever calculated your daily interest? If your answer is no, you are like me. I have never calculated. But before that, quick shout out to my boyfriend. I want to say thank you. Guess what I finally got, guys? I finally got a new computer. As you guys know, I complain about the computer all day, every day, because my computer was dying. It is literally from 2013, from when I started law school. And it's super old. So I finally have saved up my pennies and got a new computer. So I want to say thank you to him for lending me his computer this whole time. So, have you ever calculated your daily student loan interest? Now, I'm hoping the majority of you have federal loans and therefore are on 0% interest right now, which lasts until September 30th, so the end of September. So whatever you pay now goes towards your principal, and then whatever interest you accumulated prior to March of 2020. The reason why calculating your daily interest is important because it's basically going to show you how much leeway you can get now. It's also a little bit shocking. So I'm just going to be honest with you. I went on Investopedia. The link is down below so you can do it yourself. Actually, it was really simple. And by really simple, I mean, I did it and I'm math challenged, as you know. How to calculate your daily interest rate from Investopedia. I'm going to run through the math with you. Look at this. And that way you can do yours. We can do it together so you can do yours. So we'll use mine. So my average interest, yes, it says 0%, but I mean afterwards, after, you know, they send us back to the dogs, is 6.41%. So I'm going to do for mine 0.0614 divided by 365. That's how many days in the year. And you have this ridiculous number, 0.001682, blah, 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 blah. Then I'm going to multiply that by how many days are in your pay period. It's generally 30. Then you're going to multiply that by your outstanding principal. So my outstanding principal is $242,353.51. So how much money are they charging me every day? Yeah, $40.76 a day. A day when we go back to having the interest. Which makes sense as to how after 5 years, I borrowed $250 and then $54,000 was straight up interest. And by makes sense, I mean the math makes sense. It's morally wrong and it doesn't make any sense to me as to why they should be charging me that. But yeah, you should do it. So now, I don't know, it A, pissed me off, but B, it made me kind of have a little more fire under my butt. $1,278 a month in interest, which came out to $15,336 per year. So with this math, which the truth is somewhere in the middle because y'all know math is not my ministry. But with that, that means last year I saved $15,000 by us having 0% interest, which the US government should really look at that and maybe prolong 0% interest past September 30th, or at least give people reasonable interest rates. This is a good case to realize nobody's interest rate should be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. The interest rate on a home is 3%. 3% and lower for most people. 3.5 and lower for most people. So why shouldn't it be the same for student loans? Like a 2-3% interest rate is so much more reasonable. This is predatory. So just wanted to put that out there. You should, calculate yours. So I'm just going to put it around my house somewhere like, hey, you need to get to where the money resides so you can stop getting, bamboozled by $42 every freaking day. Let me know in the comments how your student loan journey is going. Hope you guys are making progress. One quick thing, I'm gonna try do bi-weekly lives, so let me know in the comments some topics that you would be interested in a live. I think I'm gonna do a mix of like legal shenanigans. I've been getting, it's interesting, a lot of the lawsuits I've been covering have a financial literacy undertone, particularly the Andre Leon Talley lawsuit that I just covered, which kind of dovetails into what we talk about when I do like these segments. So I think it would be interesting to do kind of a mashup of that. So let me know in the comments what you'd be interested in. The next live will be March 19th, which is a Friday at 7 p.m. I'm not sure yet the topic, but if you're free, come stop by. Thank you as always for watching. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and like and subscribe.